just like way back in the days of old. And together we will float into the mystic. Go on.
All right, that goes out to Peter.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, we didn't know. Check.
Check.
Yeah, there we go.
Good morning.
Sorry, we're just like.
It works. Please stand and join us in singing My Soul is Welcome Here. 1, 2.
At the right time, I am just where I'm supposed to be. right, good morning, and welcome. Welcome to Unity of Stuart. Everybody dry?
Yes.
I know some in the band somebody in the band left their car window open overnight, so we send dry vibes to Chuck. Dry vibes to Chuck. Good morning to everybody online. Good morning to everybody in the room. For those of you who are on YouTube, usually Jess and Phil, although I think they're maybe traveling, but if you are here, good morning. And Pam and Ellen and Ann and anybody else who is watching on YouTube, we welcome you. Glad you are here. And let's see who's on Facebook. We have Sylvie and Linda and from Augusta, Georgia, and we have Sylvie's in Jacksonville, and we have Yvonne. I think that's the first time I've seen you, Yvonne. Welcome. Glad you're here. And Cheryl, as usual, is tuning in from Connecticut. And Jen, as usual, is bilocating. All right. So welcome. We have had a very busy morning this morning, getting ready for you all and getting ready for our special meeting after, which you'll hear about in a bit. And also preparing for our bed race, which you'll also hear about in a bit. And first of all, I'd like to introduce and, as always, welcome the Joyful Noise Band and Choir. And they are here today and just one word about, has anybody ever been to a church where the music was not great? This is not that church. This is not that church. The music is wonderful. Our band and choir are wonderful. Connected Souls, who does our coffee house every month, was wonderful on Friday night. If you missed that on Friday night, don't miss it in October. It's October 27th, and they raised, as they do, over $600 last night, Friday night, for Unity of Stuart. So we are very, very grateful for you all. Our special music today is an instrumental by the birthday boy, Mike Barrett. Today, he's going to bless us today on his guitar, and it is also his birthday. We will sing to him later. And welcome to first-timers. If you are a first-timer in the sanctuary and you feel comfortable, please raise your hand so Ricky can give you a welcome packet right down here. Ricky, thank you for wearing a name tag today, and everybody who's wearing, behind you, right there. Anybody else? Is anybody else who's been here from after their first time and would still like a welcome packet, maybe to share with a friend? Ricky would be happy to give you one. All right. And for those of you online, if you were here for the first time and you would like a welcome packet, you can email Eva at admin@unityofstuart.org, and she would be delighted to send you a welcome packet. And all this time, it's got to be over a year that I've been announcing mailing out welcome packets. We had to mail out exactly one so far, and that was very recently. So if anybody would like a welcome packet, that would make me a little happy to send one out. All right, so it's Potluck Sunday today, so come and join us after service and before our special meeting for some potluck, some goodies, some chili, some other good stuff out there, and free avocados, large avocados from Don and Sandy's tree, and there is a cake that a friend brought from Mike for Friday night, and then there's lots of cake left over, and it's so good. It's so good. It's a carrot cake, right?
Carrot and vanilla.
It's so good. All right. So come and join us for that. All right. What's in that welcome packet? Let me tell you about that. In that welcome packet, for those who would like to know, is there's lots of information about our Unity movement, and well, maybe not lots, but there's some information about our Unity movement and about our particular Unity church. There is a prayer intention/request form. You take that, fill that out, put it in the prayer box. Our chaplains will pray over it here. There's also a form. If you fill that out and take it back to the podium, it will put you on our email newsletter mailing list. And I think that's it for the welcome packet. What's most important for everybody to know is that we are a welcoming, affirming, practical path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone is honored here. So thank you for being the church. And of course, we have announcements. Excuse me. All right. Oh, look, there's our prayer chaplains.
Oh, nice.
So for ease, every week, rather than asking prayer chaplains and me searching the sanctuary for our prayer chaplains and asking everyone to stand, we decided to highlight the prayer chaplain of the day. And for today, that is Connie Cox. And she is in the back there. And you will be able to tell who Connie is, but of course by her beautiful face and also by her white prayer chaplain stole. And what Connie and what all of our chaplains do is they pray with you after service if you'd like some prayer support for anything at all, a need, a joy, a challenge, anything at all. And Connie this morning will be honored to pray with you and to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. So thank you, Connie, for doing that. And alternatively, or as well as, you can email us at prayer@unityofstuart.org or call the Silent Unity prayer line. That's at the Mothership in Missouri, 816-969-2000 for additional prayer. All right, so special membership meeting today. The membership is meeting to hear from our commercial real estate agent, Reed Armour, and to answer the questions that came up from our town hall meeting. And also we will make a motion to ask for your vote about selling that portion of our property. And if you are a member and cannot be here, please vote via absentee ballot. If you need a ballot, actually you don't even need an absentee ballot. You can just get a ballot, you can turn it in, and you can leave. And Eva will be outside the doors after service checking members in. So if you are a member and your intention is to vote today, please see Eva before you do that. She'll give you the ballot, she'll give you some handouts, the agenda, and a handout of Reed's PowerPoint. And so you'll have all the information you need. Is there anything else? I think that's it. All right, so come and join us after that. So it's not directly after Sunday service, because we're going to you can go and get a snack or something, food to eat, and then come back in. So we'll start probably around noon. Karaoke night is coming up once again, and that's November 4th at 6 o'clock. And so you can sing your favorite song and or sit back and enjoy the music. And that will be facilitated by Rose Peterson. So come and join us for that. And we have set up a day for outdoor cleanup day here at Unity on October 21st, 8 a.m. to noon. If you have the fortitude and the back for it, please, we won't ask you to lift heavy things, I promise, but please come and help us just kind of spruce up the outside as we move into the fall season. There is a sign-up sheet at the information table. For more events, for more opportunities to serve, you can check out the bulletin. You can check out the information table and our weekly newsletter. Also, weekly attendance and income and expenses are in the weekly newsletter and on the bulletin board in the kitchen. All right. Hello, Deborah. Deborah just showed up. I think that's the first time I've seen you, Deborah, as well. Welcome. We're glad you're here. And now let us take another deep breath, if you will. And please join me in dedicating our service today to our awakening, so that we may be a channel for the awakening of humanity. Our reading today is actually from September 13th of this year, and our word today is gladness. Gladness is that wonderful feeling when all parts of my life, inside and outside, my body and my mind, my thoughts and my actions, are in easy harmony. There is bliss in moving in the rhythm of life. I feel part of everything, and I hold the entirety of the world within myself. In this place, I feel my oneness in God. I perceive that presence of oneness all around me. It's in the sights and sounds of nature, in the smiles and hugs of family and friends. But mostly it's in the connectedness I feel with all life and the profound contentedness I feel as a spiritual being, a beloved expression of God. I am grateful to be in the flow of life, attuned to the world through my senses, and to God through divine guidance. I am so very glad. So let's breathe into that flow of life right here and right now, especially if you have something that you need to release in order to be perfectly present here today. I invite you to turn that over to Spirit, to God, to oneness, to the divine, infinite, and to step into the flow of life and allow it to guide you this morning as we come together in spiritual community to celebrate oneness, to celebrate spirit, and to lift each other up. Grounded in spirit, I feel gladness deep in my soul. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm together. Grounded in God, I feel gladness deep in my soul. And before we affirm that one more time, I just invite you to take another deep breath and just to see if you can connect with that feeling of gladness or joy or contentment or happiness, whatever it is in you that you feel when you feel really connected to Spirit. And let's take that deep breath. And let's affirm one more time together. Grounded in God, I feel gladness deep in my soul. And so it is. Amen. And let's prepare for meditation as we sing Be Still.
Be still, be quiet. It's the only way. You will hear the voice of God. It's the only way. Be at peace, love one another. There is no other way. You will feel the presence of the one. It's the only way. It's the only way.
And I invite you to relax as deeply as you are able right here where you are, becoming aware of the chair that is supporting you. Taking 3 deep, conscious breaths as a way to ground yourself in this now moment. And today, we're going to experience a mindful meditation. And this is from the book that we're looking at this month. And so, I invite you to pull your shoulders up to your ears and then drop them. Once again, letting the seat take all your weight. And taking another slow, full breath and hold it for a few moments. And then let it out as a deep sigh. As you're breathing out through all of your pores, letting go of everything, all burdens and decision, all stress and distress. And let's do this a few times. One more time. And then we just sit. That is all. I invite you not to concentrate on anything or to feel a certain way. Don't resist thoughts or pursue them as they arise. Just let them go and simply continue to be. Just relax and remain aware, naturally open as you already are. Relaxed, open, in the quiet. I invite you to take a couple of more deep breaths, savoring the stillness. And when you are ready, I invite you to bring into your awareness all of those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stuart, and all those in our minds and hearts this morning, knowing that Spirit is active in all lives right now. As we stand with each person, each situation, lifting our vision to see beyond the circumstances, to know that Spirit, that God, that the infinite divine is bigger than this. And I invite you to speak names into this holy space. And releasing all of these people, all of these loved ones, all of these situations into the care and keeping of Spirit. I invite you to join me in praying this in the name, in the nature, in the light, and the love of the indwelling Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen. Let's sing. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for your Sunday debut. Okay. Say again? He always plays at least one instrumental at the coffee house as well, so October 27th. So I decided to continue with the theme of interfaith. For those of you who were around probably in two months, August and September, we did the book, we looked at all practices in the book Essential Spirituality by Dr. Roger Walsh. And then I remembered about this book that I read many years ago, and since if I weren't, however you say that, a unity person or a unity minister, I'd be a Buddhist, and because I love the Buddhist philosophy. So I saw this book on my shelf. It's called The Zen Commandments, 10 Suggestions for a Life of Inner Freedom. And I thought we could explore that in the month of October. And so that's what we're doing. So we're piggybacking on the Interfaith series. And so we're going to have 2 suggestions a week. And so we'll get to that in a little while. So I have a question for you. You know that feeling that you get when you just get something? When you just get it, when it just like snaps into place. It's either a thought or an intuition or a knowing in some way, right? You're like 100% sure about it. And that's just different from just kind of knowing stuff on a day-to-day basis. It's for me, it's about the connection. When I know that I have an open channel to spirit, right? An open channel to my intuition, and an open channel to spirit, and it becomes like a part of you, right? I see some heads nodding out there. So we're not trying to micromanage everything. We get that aha moment, and instead of needing anything to be perfect, this is what it looks like for me. It's like, you know what? Whatever it is, I got this. It can be a little scary, but I trust where I stand. I trust my groundedness in spirit, in God, in the divine infinite. And so I know that whatever life brings my way, I can handle it. I'll have the tools. I have the tools in order to handle this. Right? So who among us would like to live like that in every moment, in the flow of peace, of grace, of openness, in that knowing moment? Yeah? Yeah. So let's be like Gene Kelly and Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain.
Right? Who wants to be like that more in our lives? Right? Do you know, I found something really interesting about that scene. When Gene Kelly was filming that scene, he was running 103-degree fever. Right? Imagine showing up like that when you're running 103-degree fever. Can you imagine feeling some sort of joy or happiness or gladness, even in the midst of life's challenges? Can you just imagine that? Because that's the first step, right? Is being able to imagine that when we feel like we're getting like we're underneath a mountain of muck, if you will, that we can still feel a bit of happiness and a bit of joy because we know who we are and we know we are grounded in spirit. This is the nature of life itself. We're not made to be miserable. We're not made to be defeated by what happens in life. We are made to remember who we are at depth. And so that's what we're about here. We're remembering who we are at depth. So as I said before, the subtitle of this book is The Suggestions for a Life of Inner Freedom. Now, is there anybody, no, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but we all know about the Ten Commandments, right? It came straight from the Hebrew Bible, the Ten Commandments, right? And so I'm just going to share them with you in case you have forgotten what they are. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Just waves of Catholicism are running over me. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. And so, there you go. And I learned that you shall not covet thy neighbor's wife. Or thy neighbor's husband. Let's bring it into the 21st century, shall we? So these are called commandments, and yet many of us take them as suggestions, right? Or have at some point in our life take them as suggestions. So you can do what you will with those commandments and incorporate them into your life, and I want to add 10 suggestions to it that we'll go through in these next coming weeks. Because this series, these 10 suggestions aren't about looking outside of ourselves for commandments or for something to do, right? It's not about that. It's about diving within and searching within and to raise our awareness, right? To remember who we are, to embrace our interconnectedness. So it helps us rise above challenges and helps us live a life of more freedom, inner freedom. Yes? All right, I want to show, there's a metaphor about the waves and God, and I want to just, and you've probably heard it in your life, but I want to bring it back here for us. So, and this is a little different than the way I usually teach it. Imagine that waves in the ocean are like experiences in our lives. They come in all shapes and sizes. They can be gentle and soothing, or they can be wild and turbulent and toss us around. Right? This is how life is, right? When we stand in the ocean, this was what happens sometimes. Oh, I don't want to go in there. It's too rough for me. Well, in the ocean, we mostly have a decision about that. In life, sometimes we don't have a decision. When sometimes things get turbulent and wild, we sometimes have to stay right in it, most times, to stay right in it so we can get through it. So now let's talk about people. Think about that we are like drops in the ocean of humanity. Each of us is unique, yet we're all interconnected. We're all made out of the same stuff. And together we create the sea. We create the ocean of human existence, just as drops come together to form the ocean. Now, in unity teaching, we see God as the ocean itself, the source of all life and existence, encompassing everything, including the waves and the droplets, which can be us. It's the totality of everything. We are in God as a wave is in the ocean. We are in God as the wave is in the ocean. And if we can embrace this metaphor, we've come a long way to recognizing oneness and living from that oneness and with interdependence. With everyone here and everyone everywhere, we become receptive to all of life, even that life that doesn't look like us, that doesn't sound like us, that maybe isn't even of the same species we are. We become receptive to all life. And the first suggestion then is to rest in that openness. And we did that in the meditation. It was very simple. Just breathe and sit. When a thought comes, we just let it go. We don't follow it. We don't grab onto it. We don't judge ourselves for it. We just let it go and sit in openness. And I'd like to do another short mindfulness practice, if you would. So again, take a deep breath, if you please. Lift your shoulders and drop them again. And if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. And just listen. This is about listening to what is happening in this room. Whatever sounds you hear. Could be a cough, could be a sneeze, could be the air conditioning, could be someone breathing next to you. Just listen. And you can come back to this, open your eyes and come back to the space. So that's a real simple, another simple mindfulness meditation that helps us to rest in openness. You know, like I've heard people say when we talk about meditation, that meditation is, it's about, I can't think of the wording that I want to say, but I'll say what meditation is. It's not about getting away from what's happening, right? It's not about escaping life or escaping thoughts. It's about being present to what's happening right here and right now. Mindfulness meditation especially, it's about being present to life. And so we just did a listening meditation, right? Where you just listen. You can do another mindfulness meditation where you sit in the chair and just get present to what's going on in your body. Right? Very, very simple. And this is a way to begin to train ourselves to be mindful in every area of our lives. Now, it's not about keeping track of everything. It's like, okay, I'm walking now and I see Doreen and I see Pat. It's not about that. It's not about worrying about everything. It's about just being aware of life. And when we notice we're fixating on something, it's about just letting go and being receptive to everything in life, whether we call it good or whether we call it bad. Oh, this is happening. I'm going to breathe now. It's a simple mindfulness practice to drop out of busyness or worry or whatever it is, even for a few moments, even a challenging conversation. Have you ever said to somebody in the middle of a challenging conversation, okay, hold on a second, I just need to breathe. Okay, I'm back. I have. It's powerful. It's powerful if we're in a challenging or a crucial conversation to be able to drop out of it for a moment and to breathe, remember who we are, and come back to that conversation. Even if we're watching television, I've binge-watched shows with the best of them, and you can take a moment in the middle of that to pause and just take a breath to unbusy your mind into a space of openness. It's not about evading responsibility or difficult tasks or conversations. It's just about refreshing our minds. I practice this a lot because it's the first suggestion as I was working this week and especially preparing this talk, to just take that break to refresh my mind with some just open space. So the one little practice I have for you, if you decide to accept it, is to set your alarm, if you have a watch or a phone, to set your alarm for different intervals during the day. And when the alarm goes off or the chirp goes off, just take a few moments to take 3 deep breaths and then come back to whatever it is you were doing, no matter what it is that you were doing. And second suggestion is to act with kindness. Now, I talked a lot about that last week, so I'm not going to talk too much about it today. I'm going to explore acting with kindness through the movie The Groundhog Day. Everybody, does anybody in the room not know what the Groundhog Day movie is? Well, I'll explain it in a moment for those of you who haven't watched it. And so I'm going to use the Groundhog Day to illustrate how kinship and kindness are catalysts to move into higher level of beingness. When we can remember that there's only one of us, right? Because we're all the same. There's only one of us. That we're all the same. When we remember that and act like that, and act accordingly, acting with kindness, we level up into a higher level of beingness. So here's the plot of the Groundhog Day. So as you know, Bill Murray plays Phil Connors, and he's just a miserable human being. He's grouchy, he's mean, he's manipulative, he's a little creepy, right? And he's a weatherman. He's sent to Puxatawney, Pennsylvania to cover the annual Groundhog Day ceremony, right? And to his shock, he wakes up on the second day, on February 2nd, living that same day. And he lives it over and over and over again. It's like deja vu, but on steroids, right? So, and in those days, now I read a couple of articles about the meaning of the Groundhog Day, and somebody had asked the question, how many days do you think he was there? And somebody said like 10,000 that he woke up, and it took him 10,000 days to learn these lessons. Hopefully, it won't take us that long, and maybe it has already. Right? So here's times when Phil was less than a good person. He starts off as a jerk, as we know. He's rude to his producer, played by Andy McDowell, and his cameraman. He's not a morning person. He's not an anytime person, really. He uses his knowledge as the movie goes on, his knowledge of the time loop, to try to manipulate people. And he tries to woo, let's use that word, woo his producer, who's Andy McDowell, Rita, by gathering information about her on all those previous days and using it to his advantage. So kind of creepy, and if you think that's creepy, you're right. And then he goes and he kidnaps Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, because he thinks if he kidnaps Phil and he drives them off a cliff, then he'll end the loop. But that doesn't work, and it only serves to really aggravate the groundhog. And throughout his looping days, he manages to offend, annoy, irritate everybody who he comes into contact with. He belittles people, he snaps at people, and that's what his life has been in, let's say, for 10,000 days. And as he gets more frustrated, there appears to be, and there is, some sort of thing happening inside of his brain where he finally gets that this isn't working. Whatever he's doing is not working for his life. So after how many cycles, how many days, he learns kindness, compassion. He learns how to play the piano. He learns how to ice sculpt. Why not? And by the end of the movie, he wins over Rita, he saves lives, and is part of the townspeople. So he has this personal growth. On his final repeat day, he's gone through a roller coaster of emotions, and he's decided to use the repeating day to become a better human. So on this final repeat day, he wakes up, and instead of being grouchy, because do you all remember what song he wakes up to every morning? Huh? Sonny and Cher. Yeah. I Got You, Babe. Every morning, that's the song he wakes up to. And some days he throws the alarm clock, some days he smashes the alarm clock, whatever it is. But this day, on his final repeat day, he turns on Sonny and Cher with joy in his heart and a big smile. And then around that day, he goes and he helps the homeless. He gives money to the same homeless man he'd been avoiding, and later tries to save him from dying. And though he realizes that some things are beyond his control, this is what life is like, right? We cannot control everything with our kindness, but we must try. He learns how to play the piano, and he helps some ladies with a flat tire, and he even saves a man from choking on his food in the diner, all things that he pretty much ignored in all of the days before this. So at the ending party, he is auctioned off for charity, and Rita wins the bid, and she puts down a wad of cash for his company. And then he genuinely, after this, wins Rita's heart, not through the manipulations he tried in earlier loops, but through genuine kindness, genuine self-improvement. Here's a little bit of that.
When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. But standing here among the people of Punxsutawney and basking in the warmth of their hearths and hearts, I couldn't imagine a better fate than a long and lustrous winter. From Punxsutawney, it's Phil Connors. So long.
Nice speech, Phil. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thanks. How was that for you two?
Hey, man. You touched me.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
I gotta go, okay?
Phil, that was surprising. I didn't know you were so versatile.
I surprise myself sometimes.
Well, where are you going? Would you like to get a cup of coffee?
I'd love to. Can I have a rain check? I've got some errands I've got to run, okay?
Phil, errands? What errands? I thought we were going back.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? You little brat? You have never thanked me. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe.
You told me that.
It was only a flat tire. Now just look at the Oh, it's an earthquake.
Oh, it's not an earthquake.
What is it? Oh, thank you, young man.
It's nothing, ma'am. I had the tire and the jack. Just be comfortable, all right? Be a minute.
Like the Cremona Club.
So, funny and all that, but really profound in a lot of ways. When we're stuck in that place of negativity, or we're stuck in that place of woe me, or we're stuck in that place of feeling like we're repeating the same old thing every day, it behooves us to step out of our own story, to step out of the story that we tell ourselves, and to step into life's stream and look around to see where we can be kind and see where we can help and see where we can help make the world a world that it works for everyone. Openness and kindness, right, can get us out of a negative loop we're in. This is from the book. The first and second suggestions are the essence of all the others. Phrased a little differently, these two steps are found in all the great spiritual traditions. In the Bible, they are the two great laws. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Now, he interprets this a little bit. He says, that is, open yourself completely to the oceanic infinite, which is always right here, and give yourself completely to the other wave-like beings who are made of the same ocean water as you are. He says, by a happy coincidence, this essence teaching is also summed up in the All-American mantra, our most popular contribution to world vocabulary, OK, openness and kindness. They are what make life okay, he says. In every situation, resting in openness and acting with kindness is the right answer. The entire trick is to put yourself where these two intersect and function at that junction. Like the egg and the chicken, openness and kindness give birth to one another in an endless circle. Being good really does help us get to heaven within, while being in heaven helps us to be good. I want to close with another video It's actually more of a, you'll see. And for me, this is about the courage needed to step into life's stream.
Once, there lived a village of creatures along the bottom of a great crystal river. The current of the river swept silently over them all, young and old, rich and poor, good and evil, the current going its own way, knowing only its own crystal self. Each creature, in its own manner, clung tightly to the twigs and rocks at the river bottom, for clinging was their way of life, and resisting the current, what each had learned from birth. But one creature said at last, "I am tired of clinging, though I cannot see it with my eyes. I trust that the current knows where it is going. I shall let go and let it take me where it will. Clinging, I shall die of boredom." The other creatures laughed and said, "Fool, let go, and that current you worship will throw you tumbled and smashed across the rocks, and you shall die quicker than boredom." But the one heeded them not, and taking a breath did let go, and at once was tumbled and smashed by the current across the rocks. Yet in time, as the creature refused to cling again, the current lifted him free from the bottom, and he was bruised and hurt no more. And the creatures downstream, to whom he was a stranger, cried, "See a miracle! A creature like ourselves, yet he flies. See the Messiah, come to save us all." And the one carried in the current said, "I am no more Messiah than you. The river delights to lift us free, if only we dare let go. Our true work in this voyage, this adventure." But they cried the more, "Savior!" all the while clinging to the rocks. And when they looked again, he was gone, and they were left alone, making legends of a Savior.
One of my favorite books of all time, that's from the book Illusions by Richard Bach. One of the first books I read when I stepped on this conscious path. So the story is obviously a metaphor for how we cling to safety when we can't see what may unfold when we let go. We cling to what appears to be safe because we're afraid of being hurt, afraid of being tumbled, and of being dashed against the rocks of life. So I invite you to think of life as this adventure, that you may not always know where you're going, but you just put one foot in front of the other. Take one grip off what you're holding so tightly, off one finger at a time. And do that next indicated thing. Now, some folks might think you've lost your mind, but you're moving forward in spite of that. Truth is, none of us have a crystal ball that will tell us exactly where we're going or what's going to happen. But when we stay grounded in God, when we stay grounded in spirit, we can trust that all things are working together for good. I claim this truth for each and every one of us. Namaste. Now it's time for our celebration of abundance, otherwise known as the love offering. And for those of you online, these links will be in the comments momentarily, if not yet. And just know that all of your support for Unity of Stuart helps us to serve global awakening. It's not just about keeping our doors open or paying salaries or gathering here every Sunday, although that's an important part of it, important part of spiritual community. It's about what we do here awakens people in our lives, and it keeps rippling out into the world. So thank you for your love offerings, for your tithes, for your gifts. Thank you to our consistent givers. I hope you feel the impact you make in this moment. Let's affirm our prosperity prayer and our love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, Our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And also our love offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing about it.
I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I thank the universe for each new day, whether it's sunny or it's pouring rain. In any situation, time or place, my grateful heart creates a state of grace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude. I won't be waiting when my ship comes in. Won't trade my here and now for something then. I'm finding treasures in the little things. It doesn't matter what tomorrow brings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got an attitude. I got an attitude. I got an attitude of gratitude. I got an attitude. I got an attitude. I got an attitude of gratitude.
All right, all right. So, bed race is coming up. They're on 10/14, and they were at the Methodist Church last year, but this year they're going to be at the Sailfish Field behind the courthouse on Martin Luther King. And so we invite you to come join us there. And we also come and invite whoever can carve some time out on Wednesday between 12 and 3. We're going to finish up decorating the bed. And so if you can be here between 12 and 3, you can sign up on the information table, and Roberta will just confirm with you and help us put this bed together and to do this race. And what I want you to know is that doing this bed race is not about the bed race, although that's the fun part of it. That's the connecting community part of it. Doing the bed race, taking part with Family Promise, is about helping homeless families, people with children, sometimes small children, to have a home, to find a home, to build a home. Family Promise is trying to build tiny houses and purchase property in order to house homeless people. So I invite you to think about that as you think about this lesson, and think about acts of kindness and interconnectedness to show up in a way that puts feet to our prayers. And so that is this Wednesday between 12 and 3, and the actual race is on 10/14. Please sign up at the information table. All right. Next week and the week after will be our beginning of our two-part Unity Basis class, and that will be facilitated by me, 12:15 to 2:15. That's 2 Sundays back to back. We suggested offering of $15 for both classes. Please don't allow money to keep you away. Just come, and if you want to come, just come. No one will be turned away. Sign up at the information table so I can have the materials for everyone who is going to join us. One more thing, there is a card out there, or I think after service it'll be in the kitchen for May. We're going to celebrate May. She is done with her service here, so next week on Sunday she'll be here, and we're going to just bring her in and say thank you, and we'll have a cake and a card. And so the card is going to be in the fellowship, and it will, so you can sign it if you have any interaction with May and would like to express your gratitude. I invite you to sign that card. Also, members, go get a bite to eat and see Eva at the table out there to pick up all the information that you need for voting at our membership meeting. I think I do hear, one more. Christmas choir is beginning. If you would like to raise your voice in song for Christmas Eve in particular, rehearsals begin in November 7th at 6:20. 6:20.
Not 6:15.
Not 6:15. Well, you can come at 6:15, please do. But we think we're going to pretty much start at 6:20, but that's not written in stone. So just so that you know, I'll be starting to announce this now as I announce the Christmas choir, is that Christmas Eve service will be in the morning only on December 24th. In consult with the music team and with the board, we have decided that we're going to do one service, and that will be on Sunday morning at 10:30. And now, I know that some people are not going to like this. They want their Christmas Eve service, but be assured it's only once every 5 or 6 years when Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday. And to let our band and our choir and me have a Christmas Eve with our families, or to travel as I do, we're gonna have one on Sunday morning. So tell everybody that you think might need to know about that. And I think that's that. All right, let's stand as we sing our kiddos in.
1, 2, 3.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light of God.
All right, all right. You are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. You are walking in the light of God. You may be seated.
That's me and it.
All right, yeah. Hey, Seda, happy belated birthday. How's everybody doing? How's it going?
Good.
Anybody like to share anything? Beatrice.
Where did all those children come from?
Oops, hold on. Let me see, baby.
Look at all those kids.
It helps if I flip the switch.
Okay. Today we were divided into two groups from age, so the teens, I guess, were in one group, and then the kids were there. For the teen group, today we were doing heart talk, and there was rules and stuff, and we were just talking about all different kinds of topics that we were thinking of, and
What's the topic? Yeah.
Just random topic. Oh, so we did this thing with tarot cards, and we just kind of took it for a second, and then we just passed it around, and we got this card, which is the star, and it was a turbulent time in your life. So we just talked about that.
Sweet.
Around yeah.
All right. Seda, would you like to share?
Yes, I would. So Heart Talk is something that we do in Uniteens and YOU. And we do it at the retreats and rallies, but I kind of wanted to bring that here. Me and my mom both did. Because it's a really great experience. It's a talk where you can sort of just say whatever's been weighing on your heart, or talk about something great that you've been experiencing. And we decided to have a topic for today, and we chose a random tarot card, and we chose the star, which represented a turbulent time, and how you've come out of that with some form of hope or growth. And just everybody got to share about different experiences and how they've come out of that. So yeah, and I think we all took, I hope that everybody took something constructive out of it. So yeah.
Thank you, Seda. You want to share any of the littles? Yeah. Say your name, sweetie.
My name's Layla, and today we read a story of the What If monster, and we made it out of bags and got to choose our very own hair for our monsters, and I put eyelashes on mine.
All right. Did you get that? It's the What If monster. The What If monster. Awesome. Okay. I think we could be done. We done? Wow. All right. Like to see all the tall people here. Thank you for showing up. All right. Let's bless our kiddos.
We love you. We bless you. We truly
be seated for one more moment. And I don't think I have the happy birthday slide up, guys. So it is the 1st of October. If you have a birthday in October, please stand so we can sing to you.
1, 2, 3.
Birthday. Happy birthday. And let us close. Let's stand again, please, up and down. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. Let's sing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This little